Most people overpay for gaming desktops like this. Here's why this MSI Codex R2 actually stands out. If you're hunting for a rig that balances power and price without the usual markup, this one might be your sweet spot. Link is in the description if you want to check the product details on Amazon. I've been running this machine for a few weeks now, mostly for 1080p and 1440p gaming, some light streaming, and even some video editing on the side. It's not the flashiest build you'll find, but it's one of those setups that quietly does the job without breaking the bank. And honestly, that's what matters most when you're trying to get the most out of your budget. First off, the AI-powered performance is real. MSI built this with an Intel Core i7-14700F, which is a 20-core beast that handles modern games like Cyberpunk 2077 or Alan Wake 2 without breaking a sweat. I've got it paired with 32GB of DDR5 RAM, so multitasking, like running Discord, Chrome with 20 tabs, and a game in the background, feels effortless. The 1TB NVMe SSD means load times are basically non-existent, which is a game changer if you're tired of staring at loading screens. The graphics card is where this thing really shines. It comes with an NVIDIA RTX 4070, which is more than enough for high refresh rate 1440p gaming. I've been playing Fortnite at 1440p with everything maxed out and still hitting over 180 FPS. Even in Starfield, which is notoriously demanding, I'm getting solid 60+ FPS on ultra settings. The DLSS 3 support is a nice bonus too. It lets you push settings higher without tanking performance. Cooling is something a lot of budget desktops skimp on, but MSI didn't cut corners here. The Codex R2 has a solid thermal design with multiple fans and a well-placed vent system. Even during long sessions, the temps stay reasonable and the noise levels are kept in check. I've run stress tests for hours, and it never throttled or got uncomfortably loud. That's a big deal if you're gaming late at night and don't want to wake up the whole house. One thing I really appreciate is the clean, minimalist design. It's not a flashy RGB showcase, but it looks sleek and professional. The front panel has a single USB-C port, a couple of USB-A ports, and an audio jack, all the essentials without the clutter. The case is easy to open if you ever need to upgrade components down the line, which is a nice touch for future-proofing. Now, let's talk about the downsides. The power supply is a bit underwhelming for a high-end card like the RTX 4070. It's a 650W unit, which is technically enough, but if you ever want to upgrade to something like an RTX 4080 or 4090, you'll need to swap that out. Also, the case doesn't have a ton of room for extra drives, so if you're someone who likes to store a lot of games locally, you might run out of space sooner than you'd like. Another thing to note is the lack of Wi-Fi 6E. It's got Wi-Fi 6, which is fine for most people, but if you're rocking a high-end router or plan to game wirelessly at high speeds, you might want to consider a USB Wi-Fi adapter or running an Ethernet cable. For the price, though, these are pretty minor gripes. You're getting a desktop that can handle modern gaming, some light content creation, and even productivity tasks without breaking a sweat. The AI performance tuning is a nice bonus too. It automatically adjusts settings based on what you're running to keep things smooth. If you're in the market for a gaming desktop that won't empty your wallet but still delivers solid performance, the MSI Codex R2 is worth a look. It's not perfect, but it's one of those rare machines that gives you a lot of bang for your buck. If this sounds like the right fit for you, check out the link below. It's in the description if you want to take a closer look.